Hi, my name's Paul Ainsworth. I'm the chef and proprietor of Paul Ainsworth at number 6. I moved to Cornwall 16 years ago, and in that time with my wife we've created the Ainsworth collection. The Cornish food scene in the 16 years I've been here, it's just unbelievable. The transformation, the work ethic, the way that the farmers and the fishermen and the artisanal producers work together, which then has made everyone in my time here just up their game and strive to be their best. And that comes from just the amazing raw materials we have right here in Cornwall. Local produce and the best produce, that's the key message that I have to get across, is that it's local but it's the best, and we want to work with the best. And for me, you know, there are, you know, people that make that happen for us every day. I've got to start off with, you know, Philip Warren's, who's our butchers in Launceston, supplies so many amazing Michelin star restaurants around the country, and the product and the way that they farm and work with not just their own farms but other farms, a whole alliance of farms in Cornwall, in Devon, and the produce from Philip Warren's is just breathtaking. And it's something that I'm very proud in, that yes, everybody knows Cornwall for brilliant seafood, but we're not just about brilliant seafood, we're also about brilliant farming in vegetables, in meat, in salad, in herbs, flowers. Everything is just phenomenal here in Cornwall. Next, Johnny Godden from Flying Fish. Me and Johnny moved to Cornwall pretty much at the same time. We've been on this kind of journey together here in Cornwall. He's a great friend, and again, Johnny's mantra, Johnny's kind of belief in what he wanted Flying Fish to be, and that's working purely with the dayboat markets, Newlyn and Loo. And you know, Johnny's sort of statement, mission statement is, you know, ship to plate in 48, which means 48 hours. Obviously we're on Johnny's doorstep, so for us it's 4 hours, and the seafood that comes in from Johnny is absolutely staggering, breathtaking. And then we have our growers like Sean at Good Earth Grown, who grows lots of vegetables, lots of herbs, lots of flowers for us. Davidstow cheese, Cornish sea salt, Cornish seaweed. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. And, you know, I can't fit everyone into this film, but it's, you know, Camel Valley, where we have an exclusive sparkling Chardonnay here at number 6. We have Camel Valley in all of our establishments. Again, so proud to have such a brilliant winemaker right here on our doorstep in Cornwall. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm very, very proud of what we have on our doorstep, but I've always got to make sure that people understand it's not just about local, it's the best. We approach sustainability first and foremost, starting with our people, you know, our family. You know, that this whole journey that we've been on since 2005 right up to now is only been possible by the quality of the people in the business. And they, for me, are the most important thing that we start with in making sure that from quality of life to pay to how they're treated to how that they're not just part of, you know, the food and drink that we serve, that we are there for the good times, the bad times in their life. And that's sometimes, I think, massively overlooked, and we look at sustainability just from a green perspective, but I look at sustainability as well about people, and that's something that we are so passionate about getting right in the Ainsworth collection. Then we move on to our approach in food miles, but again, by the very nature of us having this amazing produce on our doorstep, you know, if you think that, you know, my restaurants are, you know, primarily meat and fish and vegetables, so we get all of that from Cornwall. So a good 90% of what we're sourcing is right here on our doorstep. So the food miles are like really, really, really low. You know, we don't have to look outside of Cornwall for kind of 90% of our produce that's on the menus. Then we look at how we get rid of the waste, you know, and that doesn't start with, you know, food composting and recycling. That actually starts with how much of that we utilize within the businesses. And we've always done that because that's how I was trained. You know, any chef worth their salt is trained in a way that, you know, if you've got something as humble as a leek, yes, the white part of the leek is the best part of the leek, but what can you do with the top part of the leek, the green? So how can we utilize that? So actually then what's going in the bin is minimal, just a little root on the end. And we take that thought process with everything. What if it can't be used in the dining room, then it's then utilised in family meal, it's then utilised maybe in another one of our restaurants where we might kind of have a cut of beef that we use that here at number 6, but then we use that part of the cut in our burgers that we make at Cafe Reggiano and at the Mariners. So that is a huge contribution to our sustainability and our carbon footprint, and then it just goes on and on and on, you know, with glass, with, you know, paper, plastic, everything. My advice for people wanting to eat, you know, sustainably is kind of like, rather than having kind of red meat or, you know, stuff that can be harmful to the environment, you know, regularly, use it as a treat and then go to somewhere like Philip Warren's Butchers or somewhere like Johnny and kind of have a lovely steak, but have it once a month, but have a really, really good quality steak where the animal husbandry is absolutely next level, where the farming, where the meat has been treated and cared for in a great way, as opposed to sort of buying processed meat and having meat all the time. Treat it as more of a treat, so you're then not depriving yourself and removing it from your life because you think that you need to be solely plant-based. And if you are solely plant-based, fantastic, that's what you want to do. But I think my advice would be treat it as more of a special occasion and buy great quality. Before I started working with BMW, we had an i3 for Padstow Townhouse. You know, I go back to me and my mates when we were kids, and, you know, we kind of idolised a BMW. It was this brand that stood for luxury and grace and poise and refinement. And now to be sort of 20, 25 years later, being a brand friend for me is extremely humbling. And what I love is that our businesses, although very different in what they offer, actually the principles are so similar and so, you know, the same, you know, trying to be sustainable, trying to move with the times, to stand for quality, for luxury, even not just the cars, but even when you buy a BMW car and the aftercare and how you look after the customers and how you make the customers feel really, really special. We don't have lots of restaurants and hotels across the, you know, across the globe or across the UK. We have a very, very small pocket of businesses right here in Cornwall, and that's for a reason. So that yes, the Ainsworth collection has grown, but it's still kind of small enough to kind of cuddle everyone that's within it. And I really get that from working with BMW, that like what the brand stands for is, yes, it's an iconic brand and it's really, really, you know, a huge kind of well-known name, but it still has those principles of quality, sustainability, and most importantly, it makes you feel great. It makes you feel good, and that's what we try to strive for every day. Is we want you to come in, and whether you're eating with us, staying with us, we want you to walk away going, that was incredible. And that's why I love working with BMW, because I think they have exactly the same outlook